Time to spotlight Tesla, which has been down over 30% this year. Matt Maley is with us, Managing Director, Chief Market Strategist, Miller Tabak and Company, and founder of the Maley Report. Thank you for being with us. So I'll start with this. Is Tesla a buy today or not necessarily in your mind?
Well, I don't necessarily think it is a buy right here. Stock's getting a little bit of a bounce, which is nice. And it's more of a technical bounce in my mind. I mean, it got down to that 160 level, last week, and that was the low it saw back in March. So a little bit kind of a minor double bottom there. And then, of course, Elon Musk came out and touted the robotaxi thing, and that seemed to give it a bigger boost. But again, it was getting oversold. It was testing a support level. So it seems like more of a technical bounce than something that has really shifted on the fundamental side, where they're still facing some headwinds.
Yeah, Baird took it off the bearish list, which that's some good news, right? Because they like the idea of the robo-taxis. I mean, these are sort of self-driving. They're not fully self-driving. They're a few levels down from that. But they think that could be opportunity, and also the energy side of things for the company as well. I mean, we're looking at, I guess they mean the batteries when they say that. There are other sort of roads ahead for Tesla that could be good news?
It's funny because these things that Baird is talking about, I agree with. These are good long-term opportunities, and let's face it, Tesla still is the only EV company that's making money. I mean, it's a good company, and it's a great company in many ways. And so, I think on a longer-term basis, we are going to see a great buying opportunity. I just worry it may have to come at a lower level at some point. I mean, number one, we got this issue with the EV sales, of course, globally are starting to come down. Worried about China with with them selling more cars in more parts of the world. I mean, they have a new, they're building a factory in Europe now, so that's going to create a bigger competition for Tesla. And this whole thing about them, getting rid of that cheaper car, and now they're kind of backtracking on that. But I think a lot of people were thinking about, boy, this SUV is really going to be something that's going to take off. They've had a lot of problems with this. I mean, this is not going to do for Tesla what the F-150 did for Ford. So I do worry that it could see a little bit of pullback. But there are some things in the charts that tell us that we could see a breakout here. If it can get above $180 in a meaningful way, that'll give us some relief. Because let's face it, momentum is very, very important in the marketplace right now. And the momentum has been nothing but down in this stock all year.
What would be an example trade on this? Or maybe you do it for the long term because, when Elon Musk came straight out and called Reuters liars again, right? Or something like that, he said. But, you have the news on this robo-taxis that you're talking about. That'll be out, and we'll get more on August 8th. They have the energy business, and Tesla, of course, just what it is. Do you sort of buy it along the way? Do you wait? How do you go about a name like this? Especially when today I read Lucid. I know they're not the competitor, but record shipments for Lucid. It's up 2.5%. Okay, 1 year it's down 65%. But it just shows that they're all sort of doing what they can to nibble at Tesla.
Yeah, I mean, and that does, like you say, it creates competition. But again, I do love it on a longer term basis. But this just the self-driving cars. I mean, this is something that's going to take a while. This is not going to happen overnight. I happen to know some people very well who work for Waylu, and it's a great technology. It's going to work really well eventually, but it's not something that's going to happen in the next 12 months where it's going to be widely used. And it's at least from what I can gather from my research. So yeah, it's a positive thing longer term, but it's not even 6 months from now. They'll come out in August. In August, I think they're going to tell us it's still a ways down the road. So I do think that it's something that people need to be careful about thinking, putting too much into it on a near-term basis. And again, my feeling is that you could get another pullback. If we break below that 160 level, that kind of mini double bottom low, you could get a better opportunity down more on the $150 level. So, and again, momentum is such a big player right now, and the momentum's been down. Unless it can really break out here on a near-term basis, and I just don't see the big catalyst for that. I'm one where I want to step aside for a little bit, for a little while. But again, it will present an unbelievably great buying opportunity, probably in the second half of the year, maybe even third or fourth. I'm sorry, fourth quarter of the year. But either way, I'm still a little bit cautious right now.
Yeah, I understand that. I mean, you know that Kathy Wood, she loves it. She has a $2,000 target on it. Interesting enough, Janet Yellen went to Asia and she actually talked about the possibility, as you know, that there may be tariffs on Chinese vehicles, and that could help Tesla in the long run if that is the case. To your point, August 8th is a ways away, and the robotaxis won't just miraculously appear, zillions of them. It'll take a time. And Waymo uses LiDAR. He doesn't even use LiDAR. So I'm not really sure. I think that's the main sentence right there.
That's really my concern.
And I'm not really reading everybody else. Are there any other EV makers that you would say buy today?
I really do think Tesla's the top of the line. Again, like I said, a lot of these companies are a long way from making money, and some of them will never make money. So I do think Tesla is the one to what you want to play. And again, if you own Tesla, the stock's trading, I'm just looking over here at $175. Are you going to sell it because it's going to 150? No, go ahead and hold on to the stock. But I'm saying if you want to add to positions, or if you don't own it, you'll probably get a better opportunity at a lower level. So I still think it's the cream of the crop. And there's a little bit of the butt off the rose a little bit on Elon Musk with the aura surrounding him, but that's not going to last long. I mean, betting against Elon Musk on a long-term basis is not a winning proposition. So I still like the play. I just saying, and again, I'm not saying dump the stock. I'm just saying that people should be a little bit more careful, and I think they can get it at a little bit better prices going forward. And but that is the one you still want to play.
Got it. Matt Maley, thank you so much of Miller Tabak. Really appreciate it. Maley Report
Thank you,
as
Nicole.
well. Thanks, Matt.